So people are starting to come to the realization that I don't give a fuck who I piss off. Because here's the thing, I'm not pissing them off. It's their thoughts, feelings, and opinions that are pissing them off. My thoughts, feelings, and opinions piss me off all the time. My thought on the homeless is that they're people. My feeling about the homeless is that they deserve to be treated like human beings. That's a feeling. It truly is. And if you've never been homeless, you don't get to argue because you're fucking ignorant. Go the fuck away. Opinions. I can smell your opinion from here. Of course, this Chapel, Nebraska, it always smells like opinions. It was even worse when I was in high school. You know why? You go to the east end of town. You got the feedlot full of cows shitting all the time and pissing. In the summertime, when the wind goes the wrong direction or it just gets real humid, you can literally feel the shit and piss vapors sticking to your fucking skin. It's nasty. At the other end of town, they got this little critter called a sale barn. Again, full of livestock. Well, as you can imagine, in an east-west wind draw, it's always coming from the east or the west, and we got shit on both sides. Chapel, Nebraska was a shit sandwich. Gracious libations, eh? So, speaking of livestock, apparently nationalistic jokes are okay, unless it's Mexico. If you make fun of Mexico, then you're being a racist. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to make any jokes about Mexico. The reason for that is because there's all sorts of racist jokes that start off with, so three Mexicans. Yeah. Fuck that. Not my flavor anyway. One of my favorite jokes is, what's the difference between a Scotsman and a Rolling Stone? A Rolling Stone says, hey, you, get off of my cloud. A Scotsman says, hey, McLeod, get off of my ye. Yeah, I just pissed off a bunch of Caledonians. There's a whole bunch of Scotsmen that if they watch this video, they're going to go, man, that guy ain't right. And then the other ones are going to be like, man, who told? Is it okay to make fun of Scottish people like that? I think it should be. I think at this point, with as cruel of a world as we live in, we got a bunch of fucking pussies. The whole goddamn planet. You know, soldiers, they pick up a gun and they go and they point it at other human beings and pull the trigger. Does that make them manly? Does that make them feel good about themselves? Does that make them feel secure in their sexuality? Does it? Now, what do I have against the Scottish? Nothing. I picked that joke because it just happens to be one of my favorites. I just always thought it was a good one. It's not very nice. Of course, right next door, we got Wyoming. And the same stuff that they say about Scotsmen, they say about folks in Wyoming and what they do with sheep and why they wear their boots too big. You hear that joke about the goat stuck in the fence. That joke is told about Scotsmen, it's told about Middle Eastern people, it's told about people in Wyoming. Now, you can't make that joke about Middle Eastern people because that's too offensive. That's apparently racist. It's not actually racist. It's not. You're making a joke about a region and the people within, regardless of color. Are there any black people in Scotland that were born in Scotland? Because this doesn't just apply to white Scotsmen, it's a joke about the region. Any Scotsman, regardless of gender, regardless of skin color, regardless of religion. Well, this is becoming a better joke by the minute, isn't it? You're making fun of all the people within a particular religion. It's a good joke, right? Yeah? No? America is that joke. The entire United States is that joke to the entire planet. The whole planet. Everybody. We are that joke. Maybe football references. It's okay to make fun of sports, isn't it? I'm going to tell you a religious joke. You might find it offensive, you might not. And keep in mind, it's just a joke. All right, so all these scientists come together, right? Good joke already. It's science. Wonderful. Well, it's a religious joke. So all these scientists come together and they say, hey, we can cure diseases, we can clone people, we can do all sorts of stuff that we used to rely on God for. We don't really need God anymore. So they get the biggest and brightest, and most intelligent, most witty scientist that they got to go before the Almighty and ask God to go away. Now, there's some of you who are getting overcritical with this joke already. You're like, well, you'd have to die first and go to heaven. And if you think you're better than God, you're not going to heaven. We'll get to it. So, he's before the Almighty, right? And he says, hey, we can do all these things that, we can clone people, we can cure diseases, we can even control the weather now. We don't need you anymore. We'd like you to go away. God says, well, I'll make you a deal. If you can make man the way that I did back in the day, you got yourself a deal. I'll go away. And the scientist thinks about it for a minute. And he reaches down and he picks up a handful of dirt. And God goes, whoa, hold on a minute. Get your own dirt. Good joke. Does it say who's God? No, it doesn't. That's the best part of that joke. It doesn't matter what God. It could be Baal, it could be Yahweh, could be Jehovah, could be Tellini, or I, or Ra. It's a good joke. It can be offensive to every religion. Yay! If I offended anyone, you're welcome. We're fighting a war, damn it. We're going to have to offend somebody.